The world is oversaturated with crossovers that can't go off-road and can't tow jack shit. So when it comes down to real ability, we're left with very few options. Like this one. This is the 2019 Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. It's made in Japan, it looks primitive, and it's as capable as it gets. It is a body-on-frame SUV. As a matter of fact, one of the very few left. It has all the off-roading goodies, and it can tow up to 5,000 pounds. It is powered by the old reliable 4-liter V6, which makes 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque. And that has made it a 6-speed automatic transmission, which in turn drives a 2-speed transfer case and axles with real diffs. When you go hard asking for power, it does need to downshift a couple of gears, and then it can actually giddy up and go. It does feel healthy and it does have plenty of pulling power. However, it does get kind of rough and noisy. But overall, I do like this motor. Fuel economy isn't its forte, but with a drivetrain like this that's not designed for efficiency, an average of 18 liters per 100 kilometers is considered okay. At least it's regular unleaded. You also get the Terrain Select with programs for mud, ruts, loose rock, snow, slippery stuff, which is just like the Range Rover, and it works really well. And you also have crawl control, which basically when you're in 4 low, you can set the car to go in low speed, medium speed, high speed. So basically it takes over the throttle or brakes depending if you're going uphill, downhill, or trying to push through something. And it works really well. Nothing very challenging here, but definitely a very good opportunity to see how it handles slippery conditions and to see how well it can keep the crawl rate going. And yeah, it's doing a great job. The TRD Pro package is a 10 grand option on top of the 46,155 Canadian dollars base price, and it gets a lever type 4-wheel drive selector and a clunky gear knob. You get the 4-wheel crawl control, multi-terrain select, rear diff lock, automatically disconnecting differential, TRD tuned springs, TRD tuned Bilstein dampers with rear remote reservoirs. When the car is not equipped with winter tires like this one, you get the 31.5-inch Nitto Terra Grappler all-terrain tires, which are excellent, 17-inch matte black wheels, and also because it builds upon the TRD off-road package, it comes with all the skid plates underneath to keep things protected. The exterior looks kind of cool, especially in this voodoo blue, and with that Dakar-style roof rack, and I really like it, despite most people calling it old. Inside, the materials are not the best in terms of feel, but they do seem very tough and durable without being impressive. Fit and finish is overall really good, but the design kind of feels a little bit 1980s. If you don't believe me, look at how you start the car. Roominess is okay. Passengers in the front have lots of room, but in the rear, the roominess is tighter than expected, at least for the size of this thing. Legroom might be okay, but headroom is definitely not for taller people. The trunk at 1,300 liters seems big, but the side bulges are intrusive and compromise the loading ability. Also, the manual tailgate is really heavy, so anybody smaller than Steve will have a really hard time opening and closing it. The heavy-duty off-road suspension on the road is very compliant and provides a very comfortable ride. The brake pedal feels a little bit mushy, the steering has good weight, but it feels very slow and not particularly interesting. It feels kind of like a pickup truck. I mean, this thing is very similar to like a Tundra or a Colorado to drive, only it has a trunk instead of a bed. Overall though, it's an easy thing to drive despite its size. I mean, the boxy shape obviously helps with visibility. It does lack the modern fancy technology or automatic climate control, as a matter of fact. But the thing is that the 4Runner is all about getting the job done, and it can do without the toys that others use to sugarcoat the lack of ability. So we're going to take this 4Runner on a little adventure off-road. We're going to be accompanied by Bobby in a souped-up Wrangler, and by Phil in his awesome Range Rover Supercharged. As you can see, the Wrangler is anything but stock, and the Range Rover is very well known for its ability off-road. The first challenge is going to be going over icy terrain. As you can see, the Wrangler has no issues, and neither does the Range Rover. and thankfully, the 4Runner follows just fine. No problemo. And the 4Runner can follow. Now that's Bobby showing off right there. I can do that. So let's see if the 4Runner can keep up. And it did it! The 4Runner is awesome! No problemo here. Now the pressure is on the Range Rover.
That's it. Not bad.
You gonna hit anywhere?
Yeah, no, on your way down, no.
No, like, can I go more?
You could go like 2 inches more. That's it.
So no winner here either. And then the inevitable happened. The heavy Range Rover broke through some ice and got completely stuck. So now it's up to Bobby to go pull him out. Recovery mode started. So Bobby, tell us about off-roading life.
Well, this is the fun part, to be honest with you. So we just attach the shackle to the recovery point on the range. I'm just gonna hook it up to my spot here. I'm gonna do a nice slow pull.
One contestant has been eliminated.
Yeah, he is. Keep going, keep going. Okay, it's gonna pull. And he's free.
So I came up with this idea. I'm gonna put the 4Runner exactly where the Range Rover got stuck. And if I don't need Bobby to pull me out, then the 4Runner wins this competition. Let's try that dumb idea.
High center. He's on the drivetrain right now. That's pretty much the same spot. Yeah.
All right, 4 low everything. Let the track go forward.
He's worse off because of those drivers.
The 4Runner made it out of the hole with absolutely no assistance. So the battle for third place is obvious. The Range Rover finishes third. So now we have to figure out if the 4Runner can keep up to the Jeep. And then the second inevitable thing happened. The Jeep broke down. Bobby hit something on his way, and now his steering is all crooked and his traction control is fighting the car from moving. So, clear winner, the 4Runner. So the 4Runner with its factory fitted TRD Pro package is awesome and actually wins this challenge. Not that it's more off-road capable than the Wrangler, but you know what? For what it is, it's really impressive. At the end of the day, the 4Runner serves a purpose, and it's a very targeted audience it's after, and it's the people that want exactly what it offers. You may like it or not, but the truth is that its ability speaks for itself. At the end of the day, it's all about if you need this ability or could do without. It did a magnificent job on the trails. It was much better than the Range Rover. It was much more reliable than the Jeep, which broke down because Bobby hit something. So for that reason, and from the perspective of somebody that would actually use its off-roading ability or towing ability, I will give this thing an overall score of 8.8 out of 10.